They don't think about it in the context of higher education. But as we know, college campuses have seen an uptick in organizing over the past several years, with many labor unions expanding to represent graduate instructors and other campus workers. And that's contributed to additional tension on college campuses, which has been magnified since October 7th. I want to highlight a Wall Street Journal opinion piece from March entitled, "My Union Dues Are Being Used Against Israel." The article details how Jewish graduate students at MIT are being forced to pay into a union that openly supports BDS, also with a union representative that has been seen, witnessed by these students taking part in demonstrations calling for the destruction of Israel and making anti-Semitic statements. These MIT graduate students had to file an EEOC complaint arguing the union was discriminating against them based upon their cultural heritage and identity, and had failed to provide a religious accommodation to have their union dues deferred. Carrying on from a previous form of questioning, Mr. Ring, in 2023, the NLRB issued a decision in the Lyon Elastomers case that protects union supporters who make racially offensive, discriminatory, and sexually offensive statements or otherwise engage in offensive conduct. Based on the board's decision, would a union calling for a global intifada and the destruction of Israel, or a worker who makes anti-Semitic tropes against a fellow member be protected speech?
Thank you, Congressman. I don't know the answer to that, but I think Lyon Elastomers' case and the board's current stance on this issue would make it much less clear that it's not. I think under board law, those type of things should, in the longstanding board law, those types of things should not be protected by the Act. They're outside of the workplace issues, and they should not be protected. This board has signaled that they're willing to embrace that type of conduct as protected, or speech as protected, as long as it has some relations, they can point to something in the workplace. So if some supervisor at some point in time had made a comment that was perceived as discriminatory, that makes it a workplace issue, and therefore that would be protected. Mm-hmm. So it's a slippery slope. Again,
an interesting division between NLRA and Title VII, which is a huge challenge. What recourse do graduate students currently have if they feel their union dues are being used in a way that unfairly represents them? Is there any recourse?
This is the difficulty for union members. There really is not a lot of recourse, and as has been stated here before, the normal recourse is to decide to decertify your union, which is very, very difficult under the current system.
From your experience, do you think Congress meant for graduate students to be employees under the National Labor Relations Act?
I personally do not.
I don't think so either. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to submit for the record a recent report published by the Institute of American Worker highlighting how Chair McFerrin has allowed harassment in the workplace.
Without objection.
Thank you. With that, I yield back.
Okay, we now recognize Mr. Scott for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Thank you, Mr. Chairman.